Hi everybody, Nathan Ronen, CFA here, co-founder of Chalk and Board. Many of you might know I've been teaching CFA levels 1, 2, and 3 for over 26 years, and I got my charter back in 1996. And in all the years that I've been teaching, I have spoken to many candidates all around the world, and one common question I get from candidates who are considering pursuing the charter or got stuck at a particular level along the journey to the charter is they say, hey, Nathan, what does it really take to, get through this? Give me the bottom line. How can I succeed on level 1 or level 2 or level 3 and get this charter? And I was thinking about this for a little while, and I came up with what I consider my sort of top 10 things or critical factors that you should keep in mind if you want to succeed in passing your CFA level 1, 2, and 3 and actually securing the charter. In other words, making this journey smoother. There's 10 factors, or what I would call critical factors, that you should consider. And I'm going to go through them. A lot of them, I could also say, you could apply this to life in general, how to get a promotion in your company, how to get accepted to a college, whatever. But I think that I'm going to relate this all to the CFA exam. The first critical success factor for me is hard work. But again, hard work for people means different things. For many candidates, hard work means putting in 9,000 hours to study. That's not what I mean by hard work. Hard work to me is somebody who is really efficient, knows what to focus on, is efficient, and will put in the time that's necessary to achieve success. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean putting in the most number of hours. To relate this to the business world, if you're going to say, hey, how do I get from this position to the next highest position? You might find that being in the office from 6 a.m. till 10 p.m. doesn't get you there. And then suddenly somebody who put in a lot fewer hours gets the promotion. Same idea. You want to work hard, but you want to work smart. So that would be my first critical success factor. The second, if you will, in my opinion, critical success factor to getting through the CFA program is understanding that you're going to have to make sacrifices. Sacrifices can be your sacrifices, and many times if you're married or you have a spouse or a partner, whatever, it's also going to be sacrifices from your family that you might not always be able to get to every baseball game that your son is playing in, or you might not be able to go to every party that you want to go to with your wife or your husband. But again, I'm not trying to be pedantic here, but or pedagogical, I should say, but you have to realize that sacrifices are going to probably be made by you and by your family if you want to see success in each of your exams and securing the charter. The third one would definitely be grit or persistence. Persistence is a factor always. You got to be persistent. You can't take it and say, hey, you know what? I can't get this concept, so I'm just going to not study economics. I hate economics, so I'm not going to study. Or I failed my level 1 exam. That's it. I'm out of the program. Persistence. I mean, people always fail. People don't always get things on the first shot. You need to be convinced that you can do this, and you have to be persistent in your approach to not only studying, but in terms of getting the charter as well. The fourth one I think is not only critical, I think it's a life factor, and that is your attitude and faith. Having faith and a good attitude. I get a lot of times phone calls from candidates, and I'm amazed. They go to me, they say to me, for example, hey, Nathan, you have any kind of pass protection with your program? And I go, pass protection? Why? Are you planning on failing this exam? And it's like they've already set themselves up for failure. They're thinking about all of the ways that they could save money in case they fail. Why are you focused on failing? That's a bad attitude. Your attitude should be, I can pass this thing. I just need to know how. And Nathan's going to help me. Attitude is very important in anything, in passing exams, in getting the second date with the person you want to go out with getting that job, with getting the promotion, with getting into a school, anything. You got to have the right attitude, the right mindset, and you got to have faith in yourself. The fifth one is what I would consider resilience and adaptability. You can't take failure to heart. Easier said than done. I have failed at things too. I failed my level 2 exam the first time I took it. I didn't get the job offer from Goldman Sachs one time that I wanted. Okay, you got to be resilient. You got to have a plan B. You got to have a plan C. You can't just put all of your eggs in one basket. And if things change, you have to be adaptable. You might pass level 1 and suddenly something comes up at work or in your life and you can't go for level 2, fine. Just be adaptable, get rid of what you have to do in life, and then come back to the program. Be resilient, be adaptable, and don't try to plan too far in the future because things do come up that will change everything. Number 6, realize that in order to succeed, again, with the CFA program, getting the charter, passing any exam, even in life, you're going to have doubts and you're going to have disappointments. You might not pass every exam on the first try. You might not know every concept the first time you learn it. So again, there might be doubts, there might be disappointments, and you need to deal with them. And you need to not let those doubts or disappointments bring you down. Okay, I've had people not pass level 2 and they're crying on the phone, literally crying on the phone, which kind of surprises me at times. They feel that they've been, given a raw deal in life. And I'm like, hey, this is just part of the beauty of succeeding, is how would you ever appreciate the success if you never fail? So doubts and disappointments should be expected all along the path, and to embrace them and realize not everything is achieved on the first try. The 7th critical success factor, in my opinion, is positivity, passion, and determination. If you're not determined to pass, if you're not passionate about finance, if you're not maintaining a positive attitude through the program, through the study, it's going to be a long, hard journey because a lot of it is self-study. That's why candidates that work with me to try to pass their exam, they will sometimes feel like, their spirits are down. They'll contact me and I will try to lift them back up because you need to maintain that positivity. You got to be determined to pass. You can't have a negative mental attitude toward everything. And you really have to have a passion for what you're doing. And I'm amazed at how many times I find people, whether it's in the CFA program or any kind of job, not having a passion for what they're doing. And I personally feel that that's a waste of time and you should be pursuing something else because life is too short. But if you're passionate about finance, you're going to maintain a positive attitude about studying and about doing what you need to do, and you're going to be determined, you will succeed, and I will help you to do that. The 8th factor that I would consider is discipline. Discipline in terms of consistency. You can't study 1 week, take off a week, study a month, then take off 3 weeks, go to Argentina, to Patagonia to see the ice, the icebergs there for 3 weeks and not study it. That is not consistency. That is not discipline. That won't work at the office. That won't work in a relationship. That won't work for the CFA exam. That won't work in the military or any of the service academies. You have to be disciplined. You have to say, okay, it's January. My exam is in August. I am going to continuously study I might not be able to put in the same number of hours every day, but I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to make sure that every day I'm doing something so that I don't forget. I'm going to go over my notes, or I'm going to do problems, or I'm going to watch the videos that Nathan has, or I'm going to, read the modules in the CFA curriculum. You got to be consistent and you have to be disciplined so that it's realizing it's a marathon. Okay. The 9th factor that I would also consider is critical success factor is a little bit of risk and luck. They go together. Okay. There's no success ever achieved without taking on some kind of risk. And if you ever achieve success without any risk because somebody just gave it to you, well, lucky for you, but you'll sometimes wonder what would have been like if you actually put in the effort. So risk and luck go together because not every time that you take on risk do you achieve the goal. Sometimes it's also a little bit of luck. How does that play into the CFA exam? Well, a lot of times people will study many, many hours and do a lot of work to prepare for the CFA exam at level 1, 2, or 3, and they don't make it. Okay. Other times they might not put in a lot of effort and they actually make it. Where does luck come in? Luck comes in because you have no idea what are actually going to be the questions on the exam, no matter how many mock exams you do. You'll never know what the exact questions are on the exam until exam day. And sometimes you may not have studied a lot or as much as you like, but you still passed because the questions that appeared on the exam played to your strengths or played to the areas that you studied very well or to the areas that you knew very well. And that can be an element of luck because had they asked other questions or focused on the areas that you didn't study very well, the result would have been different. So sometimes luck plays a factor as well, especially when you're writing the essays or typing in the essays, I should say, for the level 3 program. And the last critical success factor, I think, in terms of getting the charter, passing any of your exams, and even in life, and at the workplace, and I can't emphasize this more, this is number 10, and this is the biggie, a good mentor. A good mentor. If you look at some of the most famous people in life, Warren Buffett in investing, Elon Musk, all these other people, they all can cite somebody that gave them inspiration, somebody that served as their mentor, somebody that they looked up to, somebody that gave them guidance. They didn't just do it all by themselves. It would look that way, but when you actually interview them or talk to them, you will find that there is somebody behind them that helped them get to where they got today. Very highly successful people, whatever they're doing, have a good mentor. And that's what I'd like to be for you in your journey in getting the charter, is being your mentor. Making sure that you are studying efficiently, making sure that you're not focusing on the wrong things, making sure that you're not getting caught up on the wrong things, making sure that you are doing enough mock exams, making sure that you're doing the mock exams at the right time, making sure that you have a structured study program. All based, and I'm happy to give you that 26 years of experience. And that's what I do with my Zoom study plan sessions. The most important thing, whatever you do, again, is having a great mentor, because you can do all the hard work, take the sacrifices, be persistent, have a good attitude, be resilient, embrace disappointment, be positive, be disciplined. But if you don't have a mentor who can show you the ropes and help you not to get tangled up in little minutiae or detail, sometimes that can lead to failure. So have a great mentor, and I want to be your mentor. Now, if you liked what you heard here today, please press the subscribe button and the notifications button so that you can continuously receive these updates as I post them to my YouTube channel. And again, remember, what gets you to the top is what others can't see underneath. That's key, and that's what I hope these critical success factors will do for you. Thank you very much for listening, and have a great day.